Hey there, I'm Chris Jones, here to help you take your website from confusing to clear so you can attract the right clients and increase revenue. Today I'm going to walk you through a website that I'm in the midst of working on right now. And before we go live with the website, I wanted to show you the old website so you can get a sense of the before and after and what changes we made to the website and why we made those changes so you can make those changes to your own website. So the first thing that we did for Montage Wealth was, you'll see here on the left, this is their old website, and on the right, here is their new website. So the first thing we did was simplify the upper navigation. We want to get people to give them a call. And that's our number one goal for the website, is for people to call them. And that is done by utilizing the most important real estate on your entire website, which is that upper right-hand corner. So you want the call to action to go up here in a bright color. And you'll notice here on their current website, it just says clients only. And that is such a ineffective way to bring in new clients. So real simple change, put a bright button in the right-hand corner with a very clear call to action. I mean, you could do that in about a couple of minutes, or have a designer or developer do that for you. We cut down on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were 6 pages, and then a bunch of them had sub-pages in there too. You'll see here so many pages, probably over 50 pages on this website, and we just cut it down to basically 3. And these resources are kind of separate. So we've simplified that. And then we have used some great photos. These guys, Montage Wealth, they're very much outdoorsy people. So their old site had lots of photos of the outdoors and nature. And while the images were actually quite beautiful, it didn't allow the user to envision themselves at the end result of whatever the end result is of working with them. So in this case, they're going to help you retire earlier if that's your goal, or use the money, build wealth for your family and your grandkids. Ultimately, what they're going to help you do is enjoy more of the moments you plan for. And we just make that very clear. Actually, my writing partner, Katie Tibbetts, wrote this website, and I did the design work. So we have been collaborating together for many years, and she did an amazing job at helping them communicate really clearly with the words what they did. And then my job was to really bring those words to life through visuals. So we definitely wanted to stay in alignment with their love of nature and the outdoors, but we really wanted to bring some humanity to the website, so weaving in more people. Okay, so here we dive into their problem, and I'll say it again, I've said it many times before, the minute you stop talking about your customer's problem is the minute they stop listening to you. So it's very, very important to name their problem at the very early on in the website. They want to know within 5 seconds what you do, how it's going to benefit them, and what you want them to do, what action you want them to take. Then they also, if you can name the problem that they have, they will automatically think you're the one that can solve that problem for them. So we always start with the problem. Here, the first thing they're diving into is what their mission is at Montage. It's their mission. It's about them as opposed to about their customer. So we really want to tell the right story. You want to speak to your customer as if they're the hero of the story. And when you talk too much about yourself, you really become the hero of your own story. And that is not really an effective way to market. You want your customer to be the hero, always, always. And you want to step in as the guide, as that authority, as that person who's been there, done that, who can help guide them to to their goal. Okay, so they have got 3 sections here: the Montage team, Montage beliefs, and your account access. So I'm not finding anything here that I can really connect with as far as like, what are the benefits to me? How can you help me solve my problem? And can you relate to the struggle that I'm going through? None of that is on here, and we've woven it in through here. We get it. When you're uncertain about your financial plan, it's hard to feel confident about your future. This is a wonderful, empathetic statement, and we show a guy here kind of looking into his future and wondering, what's in store for him. One of the main things that I include on all my websites is the value section, and I do this very early on up top of the website, like it is here. So you really want to, you really want to be clear. What are the benefits they're going to gain by working with you? A lot of people make a mistake here because they want to do features here. Like, what are the features of working with me? Like, I'm super experienced and I will hold your hand through the process and I will do this. That's not the benefit. What is the end result they're going to get? They're going to maximize their savings, they're going to take care of loved ones, and they're going to enjoy more of what they love. And then another call to action here. So what we've done with the photography is kept it to be outdoors, but brought in that human component so people can really envision themselves in the story. And then here, now as we go farther down in the page, now it's an appropriate time to introduce this team of wealth management advisors. And so we talk about who they are and a little bit about how their approach is different. But you'll just notice this is all in all 8 lines of text. It is not text heavy, and it's broken up in a way that your eye is actually able to digest. Also, these check marks can be very helpful visual markers to help people respond to this statement if they agree with it. And then we've woven in an authority banner here, which I like to do because it's just a very efficient way to show why you're qualified without taking up a bunch of real estate on the website. And then showing more of their ideal clients here. And then here, instead of siloing out their services on another page, and we do go deeper into their services on the services page, but this is what people are interested in ultimately. Once they've gained trust in you, they go, okay, I want to work with you. How can you help me? And so I like to break it up into 3 buckets. This is kind of that magic rule of 3. People love 3s. 3s feel good. So if you can group things into 3s, it's really ideal. And then bring important points to life with icons. So these are the 3 buckets of services that they offer. And here's the plan. Here's how it all works. First, schedule a call. Number 2, receive your plan. And number 3, experience financial freedom. And that step 3, make sure it's always the happy end result that they're going to get. So technically it's, it feels like a step 3, but it's actually what they're going to experience after they work with you. And then this is called the stakes section. And this is really just a little reminder. We've been very positive throughout this whole site. But at the very end, I like to just remind people what's going to happen if they don't work with you, or what's going to happen if they do nothing. So here, we talk about you deserve to enjoy the moments you plan for. And then a reminder, don't let uncertainty about your financial future prevent you from building the life you want. That's really what's at stake if they do nothing or don't work with you. And then a little powerful inspiration right here at the end. And then this is still in development, but we've got the footer area here. So this is where we put some of the menu items that they originally had up front. We just tuck them here at the bottom. So some of them, the ones that they really need, are still here, but they're tucked below so they don't get in the way of this customer journey. All right, so that is the tour, the before and after. I hope it was super helpful for you. If you are ready to up-level the way you show up online so you can attract more of the right clients and charge more for your services, schedule a call with me today. Go to reddoordesigns.com. That's reddoordesigns.com. Click on the schedule a call button. You and I will get on the phone together and we'll look at your website, and I'll give you some great ideas for how to make some quick changes. They're gonna help you grow. All right, I look forward to talking with you.